Okay, Coach. So we're going into week 4 here, and this is starting league play now. What kind of overview do you have from the first 3 games this season?
It's been competitive. Obviously, we didn't like the way things went against Mohawk, so we came in, readjusted some things, adjusted how we practiced a little bit, making sure we were getting a little bit more physical in practice. Had a pretty good outing against Monroeville. Want to clean up that fourth quarter a little bit. Didn't finish the way we wanted to finish, and then kind of it just went into St. Paul last week, and it was a great football game. When you look at Norwalk St. Paul, their 2 games is Port Clinton and Edison. We knew that they were going to come in very, very good. They've got a great quarterback, and it showed again Friday night with them. We got to make plays at the end of the game. We got to close the game out. Didn't go the way we wanted it to. But the biggest thing is right now is we're competing at a high level against some very good football teams. We roll into Hopewell this week, so we're very front loaded. That's nothing to say about the last 6 games, and they're going to be very challenging games as well. Season 1's done, right? That first non-league part. Now we're getting into season 2. You got Hopewell looming. But we need to be successful in season 2 to give us a chance to play season 3, which would be the playoffs.
Going into week 1 at Mohawk, what kind of big things did you take out of that game that night?
We got to limit the mistakes in key situations, which that hurt us in the first quarter there. I think kids got settled in the second half of that game, but it was just too far to reach at that point. When you play a very good football team, you can't give them a 20-point spot in that aspect of it. But the kids rallied together. They continued to have that brotherhood that we talk about. They allowed our coaches to coach hard, make the adjustments we needed to make, and we're still doing those things. And I still feel we are in a better spot right now this year at this point in time than we were last year.
And how would you compliment the team after responding from that week 1 loss and going to a good Monroeville team and having a very good game that night?
We've been talking about this, and we worked them hard in practice. We got on them. I call it getting their crawl a little bit, kind of demanded that perfection, but they deserve that. Our guys deserve that. And so that's our approach. We went to them and said, guys, if we stop kind of getting on you, then that's when you need to worry. But, our coaches coached their tail off the last 2 weeks. And it's because our guys deserve that to get us set up to have a successful season. We're 1-2 right now. Nobody wants to be sitting 1-2. But we know with our schedule, the way it is, there was that possibility. But again, just a lot of football left to be played, a lot of good teams on our schedule to be played. But being in these tight games, I think, is going to help us down the road.
How would you say Charlie's been playing so far with these first 3 games?
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. He's got to clean up some just kind of mental mistakes, but that was coming. He's had 3 games right in his varsity career, so the game's a lot faster. We ask him to do a lot of things as coaches. Coach Simons does a great job with them, so he's done a great job, and we're going to continue to have him. I say manage those bad plays and get us into the next one, and you're gonna continue to see him excel as a quarterback and as a leader on this team.
How are his teammates continuing to support him, and what's his communication like with Tucker having experience at that position?
Yeah, I mean, they talk back and forth, but I think it's a way for us to get our best level on the field, and I think him and Tucker have a dynamic duo when he finds Tucker when things are getting tough, and same thing with Logan DeMoss, and keeps his eyes downfield and gets in that situation, and the guys have been doing a great job picking him up and making sure they bring him along, but then also he's a leader within himself, and so we're going to continue on that momentum.
What can you say about Logan? I mean, he's made some incredible plays so far these first 3 games, and it just seems like he does something different every single week.
Yeah, I'm glad he plays for the Calvert Senecas. Really is, and I think he's probably one of the best players in the league, and hopefully we get the opportunity to celebrate him at the end of the year. But again, there's a lot of football left to be played. You got to find a way to get 10 the ball. And so we're going to continue to do that because he's anytime the ball's in his hand, he's a game changer, and he's excited and he makes some things happen. So again, the easiest way to put it is I'm glad number 10 plays for the Calvert Senecas.
There's been hard times. It's been a lot of ups and downs. I'd say Mohawk was definitely our low light, but we picked up really well these last 2 games. I think the locker room environment's been really good.
I'd say that basically we're trying to keep our heads high. 1-2 starts kind of not what we wanted or what we had planned, but we still have 7 games left, and we definitely want to make a mark on those last 7 games.
So how are you guys staying focused going into week 4 here and the rest of the season?
Goals to go 1-0 every week. We do the same routine. We lift. Everything just feels like a routine at this point, so that's good.
Yeah, so basically after Friday night, I mean, our eyes are on to the next game. Saturday morning, we're already watching film on the next team, and we're just watching our JV go. And then once we get to Monday, we really work in all the stuff that we want to do on the upcoming opponent. So just take it week by week.
So you guys kind of seen a lot these first 3 games, the ups and downs. How are you able to stay focused and make sure you guys just don't stay in those lows and keeping it in the high and making sure you're taking the best out of each thing each week and making sure that you guys are as focused as possible for the next game?
Yeah, I feel like just to get out of the lows, some of us leaders, we just like to bring up the energy, even in practice. Like if we feel like the energy's dead, we kind of just get a play and just take it up, get hyped with the guys, and that usually gets everything going. Even on the field, we play a lot better when we have energy and we're excited instead of hanging our heads and getting down on ourselves.
Oh, basically, I think we're trying to take the best from each game and move it on to the next. So I'd like to take the passing game that we had against Monroeville and also take the running game that we had against St. Paul and put those together, and I think we'll have a really successful game on offense.
And then the last question for you guys: we're entering league play, 7 more weeks. What's the focus coming going forward, and make sure you guys get the most out of it?
Yeah, we're starting a new season. That's what our coaches told us to. First season's over. We're starting the second one, getting into league play here, and we really need to lock in, win as many games as possible, get a good spot in the playoffs. That's our goal.
I'd say really just going 1-0 every week. We want to give each team our best shot, and I feel like if we give our best shot, then we'll come out up on top.